Hey everyone, it's Kristie with AG Takes Over. I am glad you're here. This video will be a little bit different. I'm going to tell you right now, a little bit longer introduction, and then once I get started, I might just put music on and speak very little. I'm not sure, but I'm going to just kind of let the photos speak for themselves in just a couple minutes. So bear with me. What I'm doing in this video is trying to showcase toy protests that are happening over on Instagram. I know a lot of you watching are already on Instagram. One, still keep watching this because there are probably a lot of photos that you haven't seen. The algorithm doesn't show us everything, and we know that. Um, Two, a lot of you watching, I know that you're not on Instagram. Either you don't have accounts at all, or you aren't on very often, or you don't follow doll accounts. You use your Instagram for something else. So I wanted to make sure because I don't see this same kind of activism gaining as much traction over here. Probably because making videos is a little bit more labor intensive than taking pictures, but I just don't see it gaining the same traction. So I wanted to make sure that over on this side, we are aware and we're seeing like some of the really cool creative things. Um, the great photography, the creativity, the way that people are coming together as a community to say, we oppose fascism. We're not okay with racism. We're not okay with breaking up families and kidnapping and human trafficking and protecting pedophiles and taking away people's access to food and healthcare. We're not okay with any of this. You know, we object. We object loudly. And I do want to say, I believe that every kind of activism can make an impact. Donations matter, volunteering matters, helping protect your neighbors matters. The shirts that you wear that have that make a statement and let other people know that they're not alone in their views, your bumper stickers, your yard flags, your showing up to protests, your online protests, your calls to your elected representatives, postcards that you send in, voter mobilization, direct action, peaceful protests, and toy protests, like any of it. Art matters, resistance art, poetry, and, resistance music, film, documentation, art. The pictures that you're about to see to me are resistance art, and they do matter. All of it goes into the collective resistance, right? It's a cumulative thing. No one thing will turn the situation that we're in around, but maybe all of this could be enough. And even if it's not, if you're doing some of those things, you're at least trying. I don't know. I'm not trying to be soapboxy. I want to encourage people not to think that they're powerless or that the situation is hopeless and not to minimize things just because they're not the big, huge, grand gestures. Like, make some protest signs for your doll out of scrap paper and participate in a toy protest. It's not nothing. It does matter. And people, when these are timed strategically, the toy protests often happen around national protest days, like the No Kings protest and the International Day of Democracy and the Good Trouble and the Hands Off and these other like larger coordinated days of action. We're typically doing protests on those days. And what that means is these are getting before the eyes of a lot of people who aren't doll folks or aren't toy folks, right? The algorithm is like, oh, that's very relevant to what's going on today because there's this protest happening today. So we're going to put this on the feed of people who wouldn't normally see it, which is cool. The organization of this, and sorry if my thoughts are a little bit all over the place, but like I said, long intro, then I'm going radio silent. The organization of this is there's a little section of flyers just to show you, if you're not familiar, the kind of layout and approach that people take when they want to do one of these or organize one of these or promote one of these online protests. Typically, it's the date and then a bunch of hashtags so that people know if they participate what hashtags they should use. Then there will be a whole section on American Girl dolls protesting. Then another section on Barbies protesting. An entire section of action figures protesting. And then a section of like other Maybe they're Monster High dolls, or I think there are even some like cat toys, whatever, other toys. And then I'll finish up with a few American Girl reels from over on Instagram. I am also putting the content creators' Instagram handles on every single picture, well, next to every single picture. Obviously, I want people to get credit for their work and their creativity, their talent, their time. But I am more than that, hoping that this can drive some new traffic to them. If you like what you're seeing and you want to be supportive and you're already on Instagram, or if this video convinces you to open an account, then make note of the accounts that you would like to start following. All right, let's get started. And I'm just going to let the thing play through. My talking will be minimal. I might kind of pause occasionally, but otherwise, each picture is going to be on the screen for just 5 seconds and then we'll move on. So, coming up are the flyers. And now let's look at the American Girl dolls. That was a lot of American Girl pictures. We're going to move into Barbie pictures. I have never had my daughter's Barbies. I don't own any Barbies, but I've never had my daughter's Barbies be involved in any protest pictures. I will say some of these pictures make me reconsider that. Maybe I'll have to do that for the next big toy protest. All right, check them out. We have arrived now at the action figure portion of the event. Some of these pictures are astounding. Like, I'm only going to show each one on the screen for 5 seconds, but you might want to pause, just take them in. Some of them without very many signs or even any protest signs portray kind of the state of things without even words. You'll see what I mean. All right. In this last section, no, the last section of photos is the others. Okay. And then the last section is the protest reels. I have a couple in here at the end, but I would say by far, Joe from AGTV for Life has been the queen of like well performing, ambitious, well executed, just fantastic protest reels. And I picked 3 of them that I really like. And that's it. I could have put a lot more pictures in here and a lot more accounts, but as it was, that was, I believe, hundreds and 70 different accounts. So I hope that has sparked a little creativity and maybe inspired you to either keep doing toy protests or join the next one. I am so honored to have connected with so many incredible people who are like minded and willing to invest some of their time and talent and creativity to just keep adding to the collective resistance. Hope you enjoyed seeing their work, and I hope you come back for my next video. Take care.